Can I see the presentation now?
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Put full screen. Huh?
It's full screen only, ma'am.
Yeah.
Abdullah, make it full screen.
Make it full screen.
I'm already made it full screen, ma'am.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. My case presentation is about Radial Club hand. Here we have a 6 months old male baby who is residing in Chennai, who has been brought to our hospital by his mother with complaints of deformity in the left hand since birth. And on elaboration, mother's complaints of deformity in the left upper limb since birth, and also gives complaints of unable to crawl or pick up objects. She doesn't give any history of breathlessness or micturition or defecating difficulties or undue bleeding. Her natal history, the boy is the first child born of a non-consanguineous marriage whose father's age is 30 years and mother's is 28 years. There's no history of perinatal exposure to radiation or teratogenic drugs. It's a full-term baby, normal vaginal delivery, and the baby cried immediately after birth. There is no history of peri or postnatal complications. And on immunization history, the baby is immunized till date and milestones are achieved normally. There is no similar complaints in the family. On going to general examination, the baby is alert, active. There was no dysmorphic facial features. On examination of skin, there was no capillary spots. The chest wall and spine appeared normal, and the serious and respiratory system examination was normal. Abdomen was soft, and PR anal canal was patent. On going to examination of the upper limb, left upper limb, it was a shortened limb with shoulder abducted, elbow extended, with minimal forearm bowing with wrist radial deviation was present. On a hand examination, some hyperplasia was present. Eminence atrophy was there. Absence of flexion creases in the index finger. West faces was present. His elbow was extended with elbow creases was present, and shoulder and chest wall contour was normal. On palpation, the first metacarpal was not felt, and radius was also not felt after middle third of forearm. On examination of passive movements, passive range of movements, fingers, since I expect there is no flexion creases, I expect the movements to be restricted in index finger, and in middle ring and little finger, I expect the range of movements to be normal at MCPJ for proximal interface joints and distal interface joints. And in wrist level, expect there will be a severe restriction in both flexion, extension, and ulnar deviation. And as at elbow, flexion extension, I expect to be normal. And in active movements, the absence of flexion creases suggestive of normal or reduced, so no or reduced active movements in index finger at the PAPJ and DAPJ level. Ulnar artery is felt, which will be compared with Doppler. Since I was not provided with the right upper limb photo, examination to be done, and I examined for the spine and the bilateral foot. So the provisional diagnosis will be a left upper limb longitudinal deficiency with a radial club hand type 3 or type 4, and a hyperplastic thumb with a type 4 deficiency, type 4 pattern. Management.
Have you finished, doctor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you should always mention, you mentioned chest wall, but you should always mention presence of both nipples and pectoralis major.
Okay, sir.
Why is that?
In case of long-tail deficiency, it's not only limited up to the wrist or arm level, so it can extend up to chest wall level, and can be also associated with chest wall deformities in syndromic patterns.
Yeah, what is the syndrome where nipple and pectoralis major is absent?
Poland syndrome, sir.
Very good, very good. Now, in your examination,
yes, sir,
you said that wrist extension flexion is limited. I find that hard to accept. It is not a typical finding.
Okay.
Are you sure on that, or you have just imagined this on a photograph?
Actually, we have only provided the photograph. Photo.
I know. So you are provided the photograph. So why did you come up with this finding? This is not a common finding. Okay. Ulnar deviation is correct, but severe restriction in flexion extension is not correct. The wrist motion is quite all right usually.
Okay, sir.
Which is the one joint that you should examine?
Elbow, sir.
For what?
since if there is no, if patient is not able to flex, it's a contraindication of further procedure to be done, sir. Because if they're using that elbow extension only, the baby will be able to bring the foot to his mouth.
So if the elbow is not flexing, that's a contraindication, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now in this case, it is flexing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what next will you do?
So next will be I will go for the confirm my diagnosis with X-ray, sir. First I'll take the X-ray of bilateral upper limb and the foot, sir,
Okay.
and the spine.
Yeah.
And to rule out a syndromic association with TAR syndrome of Antonis anemia, I'll do a blood count and especially to see the thrombocytopenia.
Okay.
And for other systems examination, I'll do an echocardiogram and ultrasound abdomen to rule out any cardiac or renal abnormalities.
Very good. Why do you want to do spine?
So Vactal syndrome, sir. Vactal syndrome, spine abnormalities will be present, sir.
Very good. Excellent. Go ahead.
So,
Suppose everything is all right. Then
sir?
everything is all right. There is no other syndrome.
Okay. Then I will proceed for further procedures for the patient, sir.
So you have taken X-ray.
Yes, sir.
Now let us look at only one side. Forget the second side.
Yes, sir.
So you have diagnosed it as grade 4. Why?
Because of the absence of complete radius, sir.
Okay. Which
And
classification are you using?
sir, for this patient, I have used Bain and classification, sir. Or
Very good. So can you tell me what is grade?
sir, in type 1, there will be minimal shortening of about less than 2 mm, sir. In type 2, distal physes will be absent, sir. In type 3,
Yeah.
only the proximal physes will be present. In type 4, complete absence of radius, sir.
Excellent. Good. Okay. So you have got your X-ray. Child is fine systemically. So what is your plan now?
Yes, sir. Sir, my plan will be this, sir. First, I'll counsel the patients regarding the multiple stage of treatment. Then, patient is 6 months old, sir, so I'll go for soft tissue distraction, sir.
Okay.
Soft
Why
tissue,
do you do soft tissue?
first is it helps in centralization procedure operatively, sir.
I'm
Via
sorry.
ligamentotaxis, it helps.
Sorry, I didn't understand what you said. Can you say again?
Sir, since soft tissue distraction helps in reduction of ulna perioperatively via the principle of ligamentotaxis, sir.
Operatively or pre-operatively?
The preoperatively, sir. Preoperatively, by ligamentotaxis, it helps in to prevent more bowing of that, more dislocations, sir.
Bowing is not in the picture, doctor.
Yes, sir.
Distraction is not for the bowing. Distraction is for what? You said it earlier. Now you are adding bowing. Forget the bowing.
It helps in centralization without in reduction, sir. Preoperative reduction will be helpful, sir.
So if you don't distract, what is the problem?
We may need
Have you
do a carpet.
Have you ever palpated a child, untreated child with radial club?
No, sir.
Okay, the problem is that the lower end of ulna is overriding on the carpus. So typically in one stage you can't reduce it. So in the old days, people used to give serial plaster cast with traction. Nowadays we typically use distraction. So the purpose of distraction is to reduce the ulna, like you very correctly said, by ligamentotaxis. Okay, then you will do centralization. Is centralization accompanied by anything else?
Sir, we also need to do soft tissue balancing, sir, via
How
tendon
do you do
transfers.
that? So tell me, what will you do?
First is we release that FCR or ECR, if available for the patients, will be transferred to ECU, sir.
Very good. If not available,
Not available, we will try to do centralization with bone alone, sir. But we will try to release as much of that fibrous tissue which is causing the radial deviation, sir.
yeah, so you have to release the tissue, but the point of the tendon transfer is what? Why do you do the tendon transfer?
Sir, to prevent recurrence, first of all, to prevent recurrence for the patient, and also it is a major factor which is causing that ulnar bowing, sir.
No, why? Let us go one point at a time. Why does it help to prevent the recurrence?
To balance the deforming forces, sir, because in this
What
patient,
is the deforming force?
in a radial side, there is more due to the fibrous tissue. It prevents the further growing of the ulna, so in a straight direction.
No, doctor, you are wrong. Anything else? See, Dr. Abdullah, listen to me. When you are doing a complete release, if there is any fibrous enlarge, anything present which is not seen on X-ray, you are anyway going to release it completely.
Yes,
So
sir.
that tissue is not going to do any recurrence. What is the main cause of recurrence?
Absence of structures over the radial side, sir. PCR and SR.
No. So, okay, let me explain this to everyone, all the students. The main cause of recurrence is that the common flexor origin and the orientation of the long flexors is always causing deviation in the absence of the radius, because they are going from ulnar side to radial side. And so if the radius is absent, they are constantly pulling to again cause radial deviation. And therefore, if you have FCR and ECR and if you are able to transfer them to the ulnar side, you are counteracting this constant force that is working to destabilize your reduction. If you don't have them, there is very little else that you can do apart from splinting. You have to splint these children up to skeletal maturity. Not just perioperative splinting, but you have to splint them up to skeletal maturity. Otherwise, they recur 100%. Okay? You understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then your next style says you will do polycization around 1 year. So which grade of hypoplastic thumb do you advise polycization?
So from type 3B, 4H5, sir.
Very good. Is there any excellent answer? You're correct. For 3B, there is any other option present? Suppose parents say, no, we want to keep the thumb.
Any bone grafting can be done.
No. So what has been described is you take a phalanx from the toes. That phalanx you graft over there on top of the bad metacarpal to create a stable base and then add tendon transfers. It is not an option that I am recommending. I will do it only forced by completely obstinate parents who are refusing to do polycization in a 3B. Okay? 4 and 5, there is no question. But 3B, sometimes we run into trouble with very difficult parents. Next point you have said is opponentsplasty if required. Why would you require an opponentsplasty?
Sir,
Polycization doesn't require opponentsplasty.
sir, actually, in radial radial dysplasia, index finger may or may not be fully functional, sir.
I agree with you, and therefore that will affect the long flexors of the index finger. Like you have pointed out in this case, that the creases are absent and it's a camptodactylous finger, which is very common. That will affect the long flexors. It typically does not affect the first dorsal interosseous, which is what you're going to use for the opponentsplasty. I mean, for the opposition. So opponentsplasty is typically not required unless the tension that you have used during polycization is falling short. Then you have to readjust it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And 5 year you are going to start working on the ulna. Okay. I grant you that. Hari, any questions? Hari, you are muted. You are,
Yes.
any question?
So, yeah, the question is, if the child presents to you at birth, what will be or what will you start if this same child comes to you at 1 month or immediately after birth?
Sir, we are starting on OPD basis. Serious stretching we started for the patient via POP, sir. By using
Yes.
POP, sir. Then around 4 months or 4 to 5 months, I'll start the patient on soft tissue extraction using fixators.
Okay. What are the two main syndromes you have to be worried about? Or like you said
Anthony-
already,
Fanconi's anemia, sir.
Yes.
That's just Fanconi's anemia, and other syndrome is TAR syndrome. Sir.
So do you think without seeing the blood report, this child might have TAR?
Sir, that's why I asked for any history of undue bleeding. Patients must have any
No, no.
melena.
What is the main clinching factor if you see a child like this, and there is? So what is one thing?
Sir, in TAR syndrome, thumb may be normal, sir, for patients.
Yes. So thumb is always not normal, yeah, but may not be affected like what it is affected here. So that is to be kept in mind. So thumb normal, and if you have a syndrome, more likely to suspect TAR. Good.
Yeah. Can I ask a question to Abdullah?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Abdullah, can you tell me the three main regions of embryology and what they represent in the limb axis?
There are actually three, sir. First is the proximal distal axis, which is controlled by the apical ectodermal ridge.
Very good. Second?
And anteroposterior axis by the zone of polarizing activity.
Very good.
And dorsoventral axis by the vent pathway, sir.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. I will put up this quiz. So, Abdullah, you have any more slides?
Sir, I just showed how operative procedure I just showed, sir.
Yeah. Good.
So this is a uniplanar, biplanar, but nowadays biplanar procedure is more preferred, sir.
Biplanar is better, yeah.
So what you have to keep in mind when you put that fixator along the index finger metacarpal?
It shouldn't affect the further polycization, sir.
Yes. What is the important thing which will affect polycization, or what can damage, or what do you think?
Sir, first is it should place in such a way it doesn't affect the venous drainage or the metacarpal bones. Since we disregard the shaft, we should plan in such a way that fixators for the metacarpal should be at shaft level, sir.
Correct. So one is the metacarpal, second is the veins. Both you have to keep in mind.
And third is the first dorsal interosseous. Don't go through the soft tissue.
Yes.
So palpate the bone, make a small nick with a 11 number blade and then put the wire. Okay, next slide.
The incisions can be used by Lazius or Evans in the bilobe flap technique, sir.
So today what will you prefer, bilobe flap or Lazius?
Actually, we have seen a case of L-shape. Instead of using L-shape, we have seen one case, sir.
Bilobe is better. Trust me. Okay.
So steps will be, first we will make the incision, deepen it, release all the soft tissue, fibrous tissues, identify the ECU and the ECRL components, open the ulnocarpal ligament and mobilize the ulnar carpal bones. Then we try to reduce it and fix it by using KY passing to the third metacarpal, sir.
Yeah.
Then the ECRL ECRB component which is available will be transferred to ECU, and ECU can be plicated or can be advanced, sir.
So typically ECRB is not transferred if you are lucky enough to have both. Only ECRL is transferred.
Yeah.
You got that? Typically ECRB is not transferred, ECRL is transferred.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes.
What is the most important structure on the dorsal-radial aspect? You have to be careful. It's the median nerve.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you have to be careful only of the median now. It will be very radial. Good. Next. So you have done this.
Yeah. Next slide. You have done ulna at the same time?
Sir?
You have done ulna osteotomy in the same sitting?
Sir, actually, what I given is if ulnar bowing is more than 30 degrees preoperatively, osteotomy can be at the same stage. But for this patient, there is not much of ulnar bowing, so I'll avoid doing osteotomy.
Ulna osteotomy usually not done in infancy.
Yeah.
Usually not done in infancy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine.
Post-op therapy, it will be kept in available cast with KY will be retained for 68 weeks. Followed by, patient will be asked to do a physiotherapy every morning, and night time stint will be given for at least 4 months. Sir.
So that last line is 18 years, not 4 months.
Okay, sir. 18 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in just one sentence, if you have to say difference between centralization and radialization, what is it?
So the metacarpal to which we go, sir. Third is for centralization and second is for radialization, sir.
Very good. Very good.
What else? What else you do? Or why there is divided opinion between centralization and radialization? That basic understanding. What do you do in bony part? What do you do in centralization, which you don't do in radialization?
Pocketing is not greater.
Yes. So what is the proponents? So radialization is Buck-Gramko popularized, and the reason why he felt was if you handle or touch the ulna, the growth and the length of the limb may be further jeopardized. So you don't do any bony thing; you just do soft tissue rebalancing, and of course you put K wire, and then in centralization you do create a sort of a pocket. Good.
So one more procedure which has been given for type 4 is named as Vicky procedure, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Wilkie.
Wilkie. A lot of spelling mistakes, man. Your Evans is also apostrophe you have to put, so you have to be careful when you write. Wilkie. Which
It
country it
was,
belongs to?
I don't know, no idea.
So it's from Finland.
Yes, sir. So it involves transfer of the toe, sir, in which
Yeah.
the PPX toe will be fused with the second metacarpal base and the metatarsal will be fused with the distal ulna.
Yeah.
They have suggested that this gives better, the shortening is reduced, they have given suggested, sir.
Yes.
Okay. You finished?
Okay.
Okay, you stop sharing. I will share now. Okay, can you see Abdullah?
I could see a screen, sir, but
So,
It's not yet open, sir.
not open.
oh, from my side it is open.
It is only showing, not yet open on this side. Just make it full screen on yours, sir.
It is full screen.
Your file is not yet open. It's not seen, sir.
Now,
The file is not yet open, I think, sir.
oh, it is very much open. Okay, I'll try again.
But it's not. Yeah.
I will try again.
Okay.
Is it sharing?
Yes. Now it's opening.
Can you see the PPT?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just make it
Now
full screen.
okay, yeah.
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 So,
Okay.
Abdullah, which are the
Okay.
syndromes associated?
So first is Fulton syndrome, sir. Lateral. Then we get the TAR syndrome, Fanconi's anemia, sir.
Okay. Classification we already asked you.
Yes, sir.
So let me see next slide. So these are the syndromes you already talked about them. Very good. So when do you do vascular investigation? The answer is given here. Can you see the answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I could see, sir.
Okay. So this is Heikel's, but it's very similar to Bain and Klug. These are showing you the examples. That's it. Thank you. Any other question, Hari, or we go to next case?
Yeah, we can go to the next space. The only thing to remember, an easy tip to remember is all the radial side syndrome or radial side deformities will have cardiac involvement. So that's what you have to remember. So radial polydactyly, radial club hand, radial deformities will always, you need to look for cardiac. Yes, we move to the next one.